Hello everyone. Have you ever thought that how people lived in the past? What was their food habit? What type of clothes they used to wear? Their houses were made of which material? Where do their children go to study? Well, I'm sure once in a while all these thoughts comes to our mind, isn't it? We can find the answer of all this by the study of history. History is a branch of social studies that helps us to study about the past. If you will look closely at the word history, it contains two simple words, hi and story. History is the story of people who lived in earlier times. It is made up of events that occurred in the past or ancient era. History helps us to know about the life of people in the past. How the living has changed from past to present. The study of past is important because it helps us to understand our present. Since history is a continuous story, so it is very important to understand history in order to understand our present. Children, can you directly make words without learning alphabets? Can you write 11, 12, 13, 14 without learning 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, same way. It's not possible to understand our present and progress further without learning the basics, the past. Our country was not same in the ancient era. There were various events in the past that gradually changed. The way we are living today was not same in the past. The food habits, the way we build our house, everything was different. We can divide our history into three main areas: ancient period, medieval period, and the modern period. Now, let's study something about our ancient India. Ancient India has a long-lived civilization and culture. It covers several countries, including our present India and neighboring countries like Pakistan and Bangladesh. The civilization of India is known by many different names like Indus Valley or Harappan civilization. Historical sources are the foundation to understand a particular era back in time. They help us to gain knowledge about important events, inventions, cultures, civilizations, and many other aspects of our society. They serve as evidence in the construction of history. Let us take a look at some of the main sources of history. Literary sources or the written material. There are two types of literary sources: native literature and the foreign literature. Native literature are literature written by important or the local people of that era. Example, Arthashastra by Chanakya. Foreign literature refers to writings of foreign visitors, scholars, explorers. Example, Megasthenes wrote Indica. Now, we'll move on to the archaeological sources. Archaeological sources of history are the artifacts like inscriptions, coins, monuments, pots and pans that have been obtained during archaeological excavation. Next, we'll move on to the inscriptions. Inscriptions are the writing engraved on rocks, rock edicts, slabs, stone pillars, and have been mainly found in Raichur and Karnataka. Inscriptions provide us with information about religion, culture, administration, economy, and other aspects of that period. Now, we'll move on to coins. Early coins have been minted using a variety of metal. A study of coin helps us to gain knowledge about minting technology used, religion, economy, administration, social aspect of that era. They help us to know about important rulers or the famous personality of that era. Children, can you tell me what is the study of coin called? Okay, I'll be expecting your answer in the comment box. Next comes the study of monuments or the ruins. Stupas, giant temples, palaces, fort ruins help us to know about the unique archaeological design, architecture, technologies, social, religion, political and economical condition of that period. They reflect the achievements of the kings and administrators of that time. Some of the famous monuments of the past are Ashoka Pillar, Ajanta Caves, Elephanta Caves, etc. Children, today I'm going to teach you about timeline. Well, what is a timeline? It is something which organizes events in order. Usually we use timeline when we are talking about someone's life. Children, you all know that in Europe, birth of Jesus Christ was the most important event in history. Hence, the birth of Christ is taken as the focal point. But history goes back even before the birth of Christ. So, the events which occurred before the birth of Christ, that is, towards your left, are counted backwards and is known as BC or before Christ or BCE, that is before Common Era, whereas dates written towards the right, that is after the birth of Christ, is called Anno Domini, which is the Latin term for the year of Lord, or in other words, the year in which Christ was born. Calendars are needed all over the world to plan activities like farming, trading, festivals, etc. Now, when people around the world will follow different calendars, it will definitely create a confusion, especially for traders. So, in order to avoid that, people around the world decided to follow a system of naming the month and year that is used all over the world. So, this is how Gregorian calendar came into existence. Both the Gregorian calendar and the Shaka calendar are based on the movement of Earth around the Sun. They both have 365 days in a year and 366 days in a leap year. The starting point of Gregorian calendar is the year 1. A date in a Shaka calendar is always 78 years less than the date of Gregorian calendar. Thank you for listening to my video. We'll come up soon with some